Let's work on this problem. Maria, Jose, and Carlos each have some money. Jose has half as much money as Maria. Jose gives 2/5 of his money to Maria. Carlos gives 3/4 of his money to Maria. Maria now has $180 and Carlos has $20. How much money did Maria have originally? So we're going to work on this problem visually. And I have a very clean relationship between Maria's amount and Jose's amount. Jose has half as much money. So let me write down some of these names. Start with Maria. Then Jose. And one more, Carlos. Okay, now Maria has 2 times as much money as Jose, and Jose gives Maria 2/5 of his money. So I'm going to pretend Jose's money has 5 equal parts. Jose's money must have 5 equal parts. Why did I choose 5? Because he gives 2/5 of his money. All right. If Jose's money has 5 parts, then Maria, since Jose is half of Maria must have 10, Maria's money must have 10 equal parts. Okay. All right. Now, Carlos, we don't know a whole lot about him, but we do know that he gives 3/4 of his money away to Maria. Now, I'm not going to use squares to represent Carlos's 4 equal parts. I'm going to just use a different shape. So, for instance, I'm going to use hexagon. I'm going to give him 4 of them. I'll try to arrange them nicely. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to arrange them like so. Now, what happens with Carlos's money? These are their original amounts. I used hexagon for Carlos because I know Carlos' money can be divided into 4 parts, but the parts, each part is not same as Jose's each part. Okay, so what happens? Jose gets 2 parts from, Maria gets 2/5 from Jose. So I'm going to take this, give it to Maria. I'm going to take this and give it to Maria. Okay. Now, Maria also receives 3/4 from Carlos. So 3 of these hexagons will go to Maria. Okay. Now, all of the top stuff belong to Maria now. The 2 blue squares came from Jose and 3 red hexagons came from Carlos. What does the question say? The question says Maria has 180. Well, we can't do a whole lot with it, but it says Carlos has 20. That tells me this hexagon must be $20. After giving Maria 3/4 of his money, Carlos was left with $20. So that tells me each hexagon is worth 20. Therefore, 3 hexagons must be worth $60. I'm going to see how I can write it, okay? I'm going to see how best I can write it. This is 20. Let's choose a nicer color like yellow. That stands out a little bit. So I now know that Maria received $60 from Carlos. Okay, that helps a lot because Maria ended up having $180, but out of those $180, 60 came from Carlos, and that tells me that this must be $120. This must represent Maria's $120. Let's see how we can best represent it. Now Maria clearly has 120 plus 60 is 180. Now, nice that Maria has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 squares. 12 blue squares belonging to Maria represent $120. Take 120 and divide it by, take 120 divided by 12, you're going to get $10 per square. That tells me that Maria's squares, originally and currently, each square is worth $10. Okay, I'm going to see how I can write it. I'm not going to write it this many times because it's very tedious. I'm going to label it once, like so. Each blue square must be worth $10. Now, what does the question say? How much money did Maria have originally? Now, you have to be careful. These two blue squares came from Jose. So those didn't belong to Maria. Don't count them. And these 3 red hexagons came from Carlos, and they shouldn't be counted as her original amount. So original amount must have been 10 blue boxes, okay, times $10 per box. That's $100. So let's write it down. Maria. Maria. Maria originally had $100. That's my answer. Finished.